I have taken over the last week.
Welcome to Fuck It, I'm 40 podcast.
You
Tracy Ryder. You're not going in the ring right now. It's not happening.
But it's fun. I'm gonna see how long. Actually, we're gonna make it the rest of this season's episodes. How long I can drag that out? I think I can get to 10 minutes.
Okay.
Everybody will shut down at 2.
What they're going to do is 15-second forward, 15-second, 15-second forward.
Still going.
I am Kelly Bell, and we have a special guest today.
Hercules.
That's right. I've known her since I was a wee tyke. And she's on here. She actually was the reason why we are doing this episode in particular, to talk about the unpopular opinions that one might hold that other people are aghast about. Before I introduce her, though, I want to say that I am turning 45 in April.
Good God.
And Instagram has picked up on this and has started putting menopause ads in my feed. And if you're watching through YouTube, I'm sweating.
So it's also put the mental factor.
Yeah. So I'm having a hot flash, and I'm going to write a very strongly worded letter to Instagram that unless I actually search for menopause or old age or WR, what is it called? WPNR. What is the?
I haven't reached that level of age, so I don't know.
You search something, because I'm turning 45 next week, and I've not seen any of that.
That's it. Come tomorrow, you will, because man,
I know. Now, you wait.
We talked about menopause in a recent episode, I think, or we were talking about menopause before, because I'm highly anticipatory for menopause. I can't wait.
She can't. And we're going to get into all of that because apparently I'm starting soon. So
yeah,
without further ado, let me introduce to you Bong Donkey.
Hello, everybody. Hello.
Hey, Becky.
Did you say Bong Donkey?
I did.
That's my nickname. Kelly has one too, but I don't know if she wants me to share it or not.
You can share it.
What's
Smoke Dog?
What?
She's Smoke Dog, and I'm Bong Donkey.
Oh.
In high school, I was a master beer bonger, and at every party, I could outdrink all the guys. I could do 15 beer bongs in a row and not even be fazed.
Oh my God.
Oh, Becky was baller back in the day. Baller.
Now I get heartburn if I drink too much beer.
You see a beer bong, and you're like, oh God, the acid reflux is happening. Like some people have what is it, when you lose a limb, you have that phantom limb kind of situation. You're now having real life because of the phantom bong situation. I love that.
That's right. Well,
and she was Smoke Dog for other reasons.
Yes.
But we worked well together. We worked well together.
She had the worst hiding places. My favorite one was when my mom found those, what do you call them? You know, the things scopes from Ocean City.
Oh, Lord.
I remember everybody had a ton of, you didn't ever have one. You had a ton of them. So she was just casually picking them up one day and looking through them. And all of a sudden she's like, what is happening?
Why is there dirt in this?
Right. Why is there dirt?
I found these, to everyone who's listening, I found these a couple of years ago, and they're now I've got 20 of them in here, and the girls, my girls were like, I don't get it.
Right.
I was like, no, look, it's me in a bikini. Aren't I cute? And they're like, why is it in a piece of plastic?
If you understood, a typically hot guy would usually come up to you on the beach and be like, I want to take a photo of you on the sand. And you're like, yes. And what else?
How about with you, sir?
He goes, that's going to be $28.99.
There's one of me and Tracy Weldon at King's Dominion. Oh, that's good stuff. Anyway, I just keep those in my bedside table in case I want to be amused.
Right?
So I'm feeling like I need a laugh. Let's see here. Should I watch comedy? Should I? read the funny papers. No, I'm gonna go back to my scopes.
Or look at the scopes that are randomly in my
It's like
bedside
those,
table next to my adult toys.
You can turn them into one of those, what is the red, the Zoom finder type things that has the,
yes,
the
that's
circle
exactly
and
what
you
they
can just
are.
go through.
I think it maybe should be a centerpiece on a coffee table. You know what I mean? Like you put them in the bowl of the coffee table. I mean, how many people could get laughs out of that coming to your house?
Might, because I look pretty damn good in some of those.
Honestly.
The fact that you still have them,
That's
I think is
impressive.
impressive.
Yeah.
Jesus
And you
Christ,
moved,
menopause.
and you moved 1,000 times. So
Well, I keep random weird stuff. Like I don't keep a lot of stuff, honestly. I love to throw things away, but I keep really random things like that. Like I think I still have my t-shirt from like senior night or whatever that thing was. What's that called?
when we
Like
did
grad night.
Yeah, grad
whatever.
night. Yeah. Do we got a t-shirt for
I
that?
might have gotten rid of it actually. I don't know recently, but it's like I just was carrying it with me from one place to another for some stupid reason. It's not like I loved grad night or high school.
Mine
I don't
probably
really
turned into
know
a
or
test
understand, but
We're podcasting, sir. Sorry, we're still low budget. So the fams come home and everybody's like, hey, by the way, being very incognito.
Incognito. Yo, I know that's a thing, a song.
Is it?
I think so.
It shouldn't be. At
Any-
least not that way.
So let's get into our topic, shall we?
Let's do it.
Unpopular opinions.
It's official. It's happening.
Becky, because you were new to podcasting and podcasting in the world, like that you just started actually, like you didn't ever listen to one until like recently.
no, I didn't get it. And now my children make fun of me because every time they get in the car, it's like hooked up to my phone and it starts blaring like a serial murder podcast. Either that or it's like a self-help one about like trying to deal with life and not drink so much. And they're like, Mom, are you okay? And I'm I got this.
All right.
They're like, it's either serial killers or self-help. And I'm like, yeah, that's just how I roll.
Don't you worry, children. It's okay.
Everything's fine. I'm fine.
That's how it should be.
All right.
I love the serial podcast. That's actually how I got into podcasting too. So I'd say it's kind of like the Boone's Farm of podcasting.
I'd say so too.
Because once you're into, especially when you start out with that whole Adnan Syed, it's a rabbit hole. It is a rabbit hole. It has literally consumed my life.
And how he was convicted, like this is so random, but like how he was convicted on the very little evidence that they had is insane to me. And then you know what I started thinking about? Tracy, you might not remember this, but Kelly, I know you do. Julie Ferguson? What was her name? From Roosevelt.
Oh, are you talking about
Carly?
Julie.
She was
Context.
strangled also, but in 1995. You know this story.
Do I?
Greenbelt Plaza or whatever. She got off work.
Oh,
and was waiting
right.
for her ride.
Yeah.
She was our age.
Yeah,
So it happened in like 1995, but I felt like when I was hearing the story, I was like, this is like a similar thing. Granted, there was a couple years in between, but I was like, isn't that weird that they're both like teenage girls and strangled? Like I wondered if they ever made any connection. I don't know.
Well,
Just my, my cop brain going, my detective brain.
You did hear the part where they were like, they had just let out a guy who they thought did the strangling of another girl, and he would just got out like a month prior to being strangled. I'm like, well, that
Jay guy has something to do with it. Jay's got
Well,
something.
hold on.
100%.
I don't know how far you are.
I'm done with it.
Okay. You're not, because I have more I will send you. When I tell you this is the rabbit hole of brown, no, don't get me wrong. Jay's got something.
See, then I watched the Netflix thing, but I haven't seen any more podcasts on it. But I watched the Netflix thing or HBO Max or something. No, HBO Max maybe.
So Rabia did she's done her own version of a podcast that goes into things a little bit further. So it just gives you a little bit different insight. I think I have a whole different opinion on that. I'm not going to share that opinion because I feel like you need to listen to that.
You got to send me that.
We'll do this off.
Okay, we'll come back. I'm sorry. Y'all are going to have to keep me on track because I like digress.
Don't apologize.
This is what
and then I'm like, I don't know where I am anymore. I'm just.
Yeah. Right. Well, you have a list. We hear you have a list.
I have a big list. I didn't realize what an asshole I was and how many things I dislike. Do you want me to just run down the list
Let's
and then
start.
y'all can?
Pick the first one. What do you got? Let's see if we have any comments here.
Well, the first one is the obvious one that I've always said. It's the Beatles. I hate the Beatles. I hate them with a passion.
Oh God.
Okay.
So you say you hate the Beatles. So I have a theory
I
on the
don't know
Beatles.
if she come to terms with this yet. Do we have to keep, okay, you.
Everybody tells
I
me
think
that
I'm
I'm not American because I hate the Beatles, and I'm like, they're fucking
They're
British. Like, how am I not American? Like, I like
don't apply
Biggie and I
now.
like Snoop Dogg. Like,
Yeah, me
they're
too.
American.
And you're East Coast, not West Coast.
Yeah, I like them both.
So I have a theory that but do you like the Beach Boys?
Not really.
Not really. Okay.
But see, I like all different kinds of music. Like I love Motown. I love like oldies. I like reggae. I like a lot of stuff. I don't like white people music. Like like
Country.
Coldplay and weird stuff like that.
Like that stuff. Yeah.
I just like how she was like Coldplay. Is that like
Well,
the
I call it
whitest
weird
music
white
there
people
is?
music.
That's pretty.
And on that note, hacky sacks. And the whole art of doing the hacky sack thing, can't handle it. I saw my husband do it once and I was like, stop. Whatever you're doing, don't ever do that in front of me again.
Right.
You will
Immediate
never,
turn off.
ever see the light of day down there. If you do that again. Birkenstocks. I hate
okay, hold on.
with a passion.
Hold on.
Your list is amazing, by the way.
I agree on a lot. I
yeah.
do want to say though, in terms of go back to the Beatles real quick. I actually hate the Beach Boys to the extent like I get anxiety when the Beach Boys are on. Like I have a visceral reaction. It's really weird.
All of this?
It's weird and it's gross.
There's only one. Who sings that song? Here Comes the Sun. Is that the Beatles?
That's the Beatles.
I do like that song.
Actually,
I like
they
that song.
wrote it, but a lot of people sing it.
Right.
Okay.
But
I
yeah,
like that song.
That's the
That's it.
trivia you can pull. What the like that rolled right off your tongue.
It did.
Well, actually, fun fact, which you never do. And I just want to take a moment so the listeners can actually celebrate you for a minute, because that was actually a piece of trivia that just rolled right the fuck off your brain.
Are you sure I'm correct?
I have no idea.
Totally
If you're wrong, it's going to be highly disappointing. But for this show, we're just going to say you're right.
If I'm right, let's celebrate.
You can.
I think I'm kind of indifferent to the Beach Boys. I don't know that I like them. I don't know that I dislike them. I think my mom used to listen to them, but I can't really think of a single song. I just think about anytime I think about the Beach Boys, I think about Charles Manson. And then I go down a whole other path because it's like they had that connection.
I think that's the reason why I have a reaction, because I'm like, they're gross. Like they hung out with him like in a weird way. So
But I don't think that they knew, right? They didn't know he was crazy, did they?
No, it actually, so if you've ever heard, this is the one podcast I sent you, Disgraceland.
The other podcast
I sent you, Disgraceland, they talk about
I haven't gotten into that one yet.
They talk about the Beach Boys and their I think it's a two-parter too, and their connection to Charlie Manson. And it's insane. It's crazy as shit. But Birkenstocks.
Hate them.
Men
Disgusting.
in flip-flops, I don't mind. Men in flip-flops, I don't have a problem with. It's men in sandals.
Tivas. Oh
my God. Why are those even real? Why does anybody wear?
I gotta add that to my
Public
list.
service
Tivas. I didn't even have that on my list.
Right.
I'm adding.
Right.
As I go.
Whether you are female or male and you're wearing some Tivas, you're immediately saying, I no longer want to be late. That is exactly the message. I also might say that you're going to do some weird gardening later. And you possibly.
You are dried up.
Yeah. You might also own a lot of cats. And I'm really sorry for cat owners. But this, every time I see somebody in Tivas, I'm like, what is happening in their life? Somebody needs a hug.
I haven't seen Tivas
Who hurt
in a
them?
while.
Who hurt
Birkenstocks
them?
have come back in style.
I don't know why. They're like,
I know. Our kids wear them.
yeah. I had to
I just realized
my daughter
I wrote
here.
Starbucks on here twice. I just realized that must be a big hate for me. Apparently I wrote it yesterday and I didn't realize it, and then I wrote it again today.
I haven't had a Starbucks probably in 5 or 6, 10 years. I have no idea. It's been a long while. I don't like Starbucks.
Well, my kids like it.
Yeah.
It's a thing down here. I don't know if it is up by y'all. The kids around
Okay,
here like
okay.
are obsessed with it. And I'm like, it's overpriced. It's
Mhm.
crappy. It takes 7 hours to get a drink because everybody's like, I need and I don't understand what they're even ordering. Like a
It's a
mocha
15-minute
chocolate,
order. Yeah. Mhm.
grande, frappuccino.
I
Split.
never got, when I did order, I
I
never
don't get it.
grande venti thing. It was like, can
I
get a
don't say it.
large?
I
Yeah.
refuse. I'm like, no, I need the largest one you have. She
But
wants a
I'm also
dragon
just
drink
like a
with no
iced
berry.
coffee drinker. I don't like weird stuff. I just like iced coffee. Like I don't
Like
I
black.
don't do
like it
weird.
black.
So I'm a real coffee snob. So there is a place around here. It's actually more Eastern Shore, called Rise Up, and it's the only drip coffee I'll drink. It is the only fancy coffee I'll drink. But if it ain't Rise Up, I don't want it.
I'm a Dunkin' Donuts girl.
Oh, not
Okay,
Dunkin'
I hate
Ew.
Really?
loathe entirely
Their coffee?
coffee, sandwiches, worst sandwiches
Oh,
ever
sandwiches.
made ever.
You must have, they must
Swear,
be better.
swear.
in
The
health.
only donut that they are good are the French crawlers, and my place stopped.
Double
making-
chocolate. Double chocolate.
Double, what do you mean? Cake with the chocolate or like chocolate?
It's like the chocolate donut with the chocolate icing.
Oh yeah.
But
okay.
we also went to Dunkin' Donuts. I think I'm like brainwashed. It's like because I'm Catholic and so that's what we do. So every Sunday morning we went to the Laurel Dunkin' Donuts, the one there across from Giant,
Mhm.
and we would eat donuts and then go to church. And it was like just like a drilled in thing. And I love Dunkin' Donuts. That was the first time I ever drank coffee was in Florida. And Dave got me to try an iced coffee because I don't like hot drinks. That's another weird thing about me. I only like cold drinks. And I do like their iced coffee. I love it. Don't like Starbucks, but
I think Dunkin' Donuts back when we were in high school had better coffee than they do now. I
okay.
remember when I first had coffee and I had a Dunkin' Donuts coffee. I'm like, this coffee's good. And then I just like McDonald's coffee to me always tastes burnt. Like I will get an egg
Also-
sandwich, but I'll go somewhere else for coffee.
Can we just have a moment for the fact, why do I have to tell you how many sugars I want? Just put a handful of sugars in the bag.
Yeah.
Why
I don't want
does it-
anybody,
and
I
also,
don't
why
want
do you
anyone to
gotta
make
put
my
it
drink
in?
for me.
Right. Okay.
I like a little bit of almond milk and like just a tiny little bit of sugar in my iced coffee. It can't be hot. It's gotta be cold. My husband
like
knows this. If we go
milk.
out of town, I have the best husband. If we go out of town, like he'll like take the hot coffee and put it in a cup in the freezer for me so it's cold when I get
Aw.
up. He's a good man.
Dave is good people.
That's cute.
He's good. He's good to me and my craziness. I'm a lot. I can be a lot.
Next, so we have Starbucks. We ripped up Starbucks. Sorry, Starbucks. But
Well, what about y'all?
That's
What are
fair.
some of your things? I mean, I have a bazillion things here. So what are some of y'all's?
I will say in general, I don't think it's actually so much an unpopular. I really hate McDonald's.
I like McDonald's.
I'm not a big.
There's not one thing that's in my opinion that
I
is
love a double
no.
cheeseburger and
See,
French fries.
I have to be so hammered and so hungry, and somebody else has to be driving, and I have no other options available. But I feel like I have to have food, and this is it, or I will die, and then I'll eat McDonald's.
That's how I am with their like sandwiches, like their breakfast. I like their breakfast. I like their breakfast sandwiches, but I don't. There's nothing on the menu that I like for lunch. Like their burger. I don't eat any of that.
See, that to me is like you said, Dunkin' Donuts. McDonald's for me is nostalgic because that's where we went.
Yes,
That's
we
where
did.
we went all the time. was
We would
McDonald's.
learn. We knew.
Well, they used to have a grilled
ton of
chicken
calories.
sandwich, and they don't have it anymore, and that pissed me off. They took away the grilled chicken sandwich. That was my favorite. That was my jam. I
Well,
don't like fast food hamburgers. That's another weird thing about me, but that's just a weird
I
thing.
don't think that's a weird thing.
No,
about
I think it's pretty
anybody.
normal.
I think that's, I do like the McDonald's quarter pounder with cheese. Don't get me wrong, but it is not a hamburger. It's
No.
sustenance, but it's not a hamburger.
I'm too bougie, I think is my problem. I would
Yeah,
also
I like a good grass-fed, nice medium
Wagyu.
rare
Mhm.
hamburger.
I want somebody to ask me the temperature of the burger and not just assume some shit for me.
Man,
Exactly.
you don't need temperatures on smash burgers.
You are dying. That Instagram has really fucked you up, hasn't it? You are coming out here sweating like crazy. Couldn't have anything to do with the fact that she's been drinking some alcohol. No,
Nope.
it has to be straight Instagram induced menopause.
Absolutely is. Okay.
You brought out the Boda. I think it's the alcohol.
Next.
I would also say, and I don't know if also this is an unpopular opinion, I would say I really hate Miller Lite, Bud Light, Bush, anything that's cheap. Like we're talking like instant headache, cheap ass beer. No, thank you. No, thank you.
That's funny you say that, Tracy.
I'm a grown ass woman now.
That's funny you say that because something else that's on my list is that I hate breweries and fancy beer. Give me a natural light, bitch. I will drink a natural light all day long. Like my brother loves breweries. My husband loves breweries. So it's like birthday time and my brother wants to go to a brewery and we're like sitting there and there's these hipsters with their fucking dogs. And I love dogs, but it's like, do you really need to have your dog here right now? Like
it's a brewery,
it's a brewery. And that's another pet peeve, but that's okay. I think we're getting into like my pet peeves. Like
this may not be so much.
But I think it also goes back to the fact that like I just can't like I said earlier to y'all when we were talking, like I get heartburn from beer. So I think I can't drink those heavy beers because it like makes me like hurt. And I can't burp. I cannot physically burp. There's something wrong with me. Yeah,
is
there's
that a real
Tracy,
life
that
thing?
look is like
Wait, is that real?
That's real. I cannot burp. I also don't throw up. I've thrown up like 3 times in my entire life.
Yeah.
No, that's not real.
No, that's
which is why I can beer bong like 15 beers. But
yeah. Oh yeah.
I can't throw up and I don't burp.
Do it?
Wait, do you feel like okay, we have to pause.
No, I feel like I have to, and then it just sits right there in my chest and it hurts so bad.
That is miserable.
And I will try to burp. I will try to make myself burp. I want to burp, but it will not come out. It's awful.
And then what about throwing up? Like, do you feel like do you know the feeling of throwing up or is it just like your body?
Yeah, because I've thrown up a couple times. I've thrown up
Okay.
like 3 or 4 times maybe in my life. And it's a disaster when I do because I'm like, I turn into like a 2-year-old. I'm like, oh my God. Like I lose my shit.
I threw up all over her daughter's picture.
You did.
And the wall.
Would you invite her back after this?
Of course.
I would not. I just, for the record, I've lived with you my whole life and I'd be like, I think we're done.
She got so sick that weekend and I don't know what made you so sick that weekend. What was it?
Actually,
I didn't think you drank that much.
I remember you talked to me, you were like,
no, she was hungover the whole weekend and I was like, what's happening right now?
The whole weekend. It was, and it's something, I don't know. It's always when I'm around you guys too. It's like this group, I get around you guys, and for whatever reason, the next day I'm done.
Well, you know what? I'll tell you what it is.
A little hardcore, but it was a quieter weekend. It was just you and me and Elizabeth. Like we weren't like getting crazy.
It doesn't.
You know, we were pretty chill.
Here's what it is. She gets around you guys, and she wants to pretend
I can hang.
That she can hang. And what you don't know is what you saw is not even close to the level that she can get to at any point. So she's basically a few drinks and then old girl needs to be cut off because the Instagram induced menopause kicks in and then everything goes to shit.
It's
the only thing I can think is that she was mixing vodka and then we went to that bar and you got bourbon from that bar.
Yeah, like you're who are you? You're not a baller.
I'm not.
You're not that person.
I'm not. I really should I need to stay away from liquor, period. Like liquor is not my friend. We're not friends.
Touche.
We're not friends. But they were so good.
Also, unpopular opinion, I hate Boda box wine.
Really? Like box wine or that brand Boda box?
Box wine in general.
Oh no, she's a bougie bitch. When it comes to any kind of
I used to be a big box wine girl because I liked it because I could take it out of the cardboard and lay it flat in a cooler, like a bladder, like a, and I was like, that was convenient for me to like pull my bladder out. And it was in a cooler if we were going on the boat or something. But I found that with box wine, I can't gauge how much I'm drinking. Wine and I have like an issue. That's why I've not been drinking it much anymore. It goes down like water. and I have to really regulate myself, and
Maybe that's what it is. Maybe it's to switch over to the liquor so that I don't, because the wine is, I can regulate myself more with liquor.
I don't think you regulate yourself in anything.
I don't.
You go where the mood takes you.
I do.
I am highly controlled. Like
God, she's
I'm
gr-
next
yeah,
level controlled. I don't, you ain't gonna catch me on a bad day. That's all I'm saying.
It's not, sometimes she's not fun.
Because once
I'm
I've
gonna
been,
tell you.
I
I'm gonna
don't-
tell y'all something else I hate.
oh, let's
Okay,
do
yeah,
it.
yeah.
I have a feeling y'all might agree with me, but I'm not sure.
All right.
And I say this because I have 2 daughters that are 11 and 14 and really getting into stuff.
Uh-huh.
I hate Ulta and Sephora. I do not understand what I'm even looking at in either of those stores when I walk in. I don't understand makeup. I don't understand contouring. I don't understand anything that has to do with any of that stuff. And so when I walk in there, I'm like, and my 11-year-old is like, I need this beauty blender and I need this concealer and this. And I'm like, how do you even, like, she did my makeup for my father's wedding last summer. My 11-year-old did my makeup for my father's last summer. Wedding last summer.
Becky, me and you are twinning here.
Mhm.
Because I think I've worn, I actually, me and Tracy, I just actually updated my makeup because Tracy made me. I had makeup that I still use from, what was the place called? Bare Minerals. Remember that place? Bare
Oh
Minerals.
yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was like 20 years old. Tracy's like, it's time.
Yeah, that's
Throw
that's
it.
gross.
That's how, first off, that's how long I had it because I don't
Oh wait, let me
wear
tell
it.
the actual story. So anybody who does listen to the show, and there's probably not many of you who actually are into makeup, that's not our demographic, okay? But Kelly I got her hooked on I was like, we need to upgrade this. And she goes, how do I put this eyeshadow on? They don't have the picture on the back to tell me what color goes where.
They don't have the picture on the back.
I was like,
Kelly.
don't say that to other people, okay? We're living in a time where YouTube is going to tell you everything you need to know. Don't tell people there's
I'm
no
a
picture.
quick reference person. To watch a video, I'm done. I don't want to do it.
Okay, so here's the
Quick
other thing,
reference.
Becky, and for anybody else who's listening, don't go to Ulta. It's a waste of your fucking money. What you should do is go get yourself an actual subscription box. You can set yourself up really nicely. It is like maybe 30
I
bucks a
tried
month.
Ipsy and then I found
No,
out I was
that's
just giving
no.
everything to my girls because I was like, I don't know what to do with this. I don't know what to do with this.
Ipsy's
I don't know
actually
what to do with
terrible
this.
because BoxyCharm's coming together with Ipsy, so it's changing.
Oh, okay.
So we'll have an offline conversation. I will help you with this.
Okay.
Because
sometimes I'll go to the right in Ulta, and you know what's on the right in Ulta? It's like that fancy stuff,
Mhm.
like the ladies that know what they're doing. And I look
Right.
around, like just looking at stuff, and they're like,
just
"Can I
so
help
you
you?"
know,
I'm like,
like
I
at
have no
least
idea if
1/3
you
of
can
them
help
have
me.
no clue what they're doing. They just want to be in the in crowd. Like all the cool kids are hanging over there. Let me go over there.
Yeah, and they want to help, and I'm like, I don't know how you can help me. I'm kind of a lost cause, to be honest with you. Like,
You're not a lost cause. I can help.
Okay.
And what's also very funny to note about this is that I never wore makeup ever. And then all of a sudden I was like, I'm going to do this. And then
she
I went
all
all fucking in. And that's just
Really,
kind of how I am. Oh yeah. I'm like,
I'm a very minimal makeup person. Very minimal.
Now, I don't wear makeup because I work in a freaking stinky ass kitchen, so I'm not doing it. So I only wear it when I
it's
go out.
it doesn't make sense for you.
Because even if I wear mascara, just like let the eyes pop. And look, you see, I have no eyebrows on screen. See, I have to color them puppies in. Actually, you can get them bitches put in
Yes.
your eyebrows.
Yeah, and I'm scared to do that. I'm
I
scared
know,
to do
but
that.
I really want to, but I'm scared.
I think you just have to find a good person to do it.
But how do you? It's like
So like I have eyebrows. They're just like my eyebrows and my eyelashes are like white blonde. Like they're like blonde.
like your hair.
But I have a lot of hair there. They're just white.
No,
you can't see
I got
them.
nothing. I got nothing.
So I have to pencil them in and wear mascara just to darken them so that you can see them.
The tough thing about getting a tattoo is like eyebrows change. You get into the full eyebrow. Then remember when it was like so thin? Man, I could tell you like where it was little
like
pencil
thin,
thin
that's
eyebrows.
Nobody in the 90s.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, I saw that somebody's trying to bring that shit back, and I was like, oh hell no. I didn't do it then. I'm sure as hell not gonna do it now.
The bushy eyebrow thing is kind of a little bit much, though, don't you think?
Oh yeah, where they do it, where you see these stencils. Okay, so to be clear, I don't do makeup. to make myself look like I have something I don't. I just accentuate what I already got. I don't believe.
I tried a stencil one time. It was the funniest
Right.
thing I have ever done.
You feel like a
My
clown.
daughter Sophie was laughing so hard. I walked out. She was watching football in the garage with my husband. It was a Sunday afternoon, and I was like, I did it, and I was like, oh hell no! Like I don't even know what is happening. This is not even my eyebrow shape or color or anything. I walked out. I was like, what do you think? And she was like, Mama, no. And I was like, Mama, no. All right.
Oh God.
My daughters were playing around the other day trying to make a massive amount of eyebrows. And my one daughter, I don't even know if I can get this on screen because of this, but that is the eyebrow that she painted on herself, making fun of the eyebrow that people
I
are
love
doing
it.
nowadays. It was pretty
I love
fun.
it.
All right, next topic. Next one.
What else? What's an unpopular?
Hot tubs. I don't like hot tubs.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah, they're gross.
I don't
Also,
like
you know what? I could do a hot tub as long as I know it's only me and maybe my significant other.
And it's got to be like maybe somebody's house I know. Like my two best friends that live around here, they live very close to me. They both have hot tubs. I'm like, why do y'all both have hot tubs? And they always want me to go in the hot tub. And I'm like, I hate hot tubs. Like, well, my thing is I can't sit still in a hot tub.
Right,
Like I've always wanted to be a bath person. I'll get in the bathtub and I'm like, yeah, I'm going to sit here and relax. And then I get in there and I'm like,
great.
now what? Now what do I do? Now what do I do? Like I
You
can't
got that leg
relax.
restless syndrome, don't you?
Yeah, I got all kinds of stuff.
What is it called? Leg restless? Is that right? That's not right.
Restless.
And I
leg
don't have
syndrome.
that anymore. Actually, I used to have it really bad back in the day, and it just sort of knock on wood. But now that you say that, I haven't had it in a really long. It's been years now that I think about it.
The night's gonna suck. Sorry, night is gonna suck. For me, it is a cleansing thing. Like same thing with like jacuzzi tubs, things like that. I do not feel like I can't get into a hot tub with strangers or even people I know. If it's a hot tub, it just has to be mine and nobody else but people.
Yeah, because everyone's genitalia is all floating around that water,
right? And it's you're being
like men's hairy balls like and everything simmering. Is like it's all in there.
That's a lot of juices simmering. You know, people who really like hot tubs, somebody has had sex in it. Period. Yeah. And that's all I think about is which one of you motherfuckers have done the do in this.
I feel like hot tubs are a lot like potlucks for me.
Oh, that's a very good way of putting it. That's a very funny way of putting it.
As I get older, I'm weird about potlucks because like they say, you don't know whose kitchen you're eating from. Like you don't know if their cat is or their dog is crawling on the kitchen table.
Or if they properly chill the food.
Tracy, she didn't catch on to that. Tracy, she didn't catch on to that.
No, she didn't. I was the eyebrow like Remy, maybe.
He's allowed on the furniture.
He's allowed on everything.
He's allowed on everything.
And with that being said, I will not eat just anyone's deviled eggs. My friend Deanna and my friend Jody both make amazing deviled eggs. And I know that their house is very clean and that they are very clean. And I will eat their deviled eggs. And that's it. Because when you make deviled eggs, you're really touching things a lot. Like it's gross. Like you have to touch it a lot. Like
funny is I never thought of it that way. But I will never eat another deviled eggs without being like, somebody has really manhandled those motherfuckers.
I mean, if you think about it, you got to peel it. And then I always rinse it after I peel it. And then I cut it and get the yolk out. And then I rinse it again. I'm like really kind of weird. Like I need clean eggs. But you're right.
Deviled eggs is something that you touch. Like there's a
lot of people don't clean them, like rinse them.
First off, it is a ready to eat food. So you should properly be wearing gloves when touching ready to eat food. So
okay, well, I don't work in the food industry. I work in my kitchen and I'm going to a barbecue.
This is crazy because I wear gloves in my kitchen.
Do you really? Dave does sometimes.
I wear gloves to wash dishes and I wear gloves to touch food.
If you are coming to have a meal at my house, I am not wearing gloves to take a meal.
I'm not either.
No, I will wash my hands properly because I'm an adult and I know how. But I am not strapping on rubbers to make your meal.
It's OCD. What can I say?
I don't think you for my baked potato today. Did you wear gloves?
Yes, I did.
You're insane.
She made you a baked potato?
That's
you
it.
did?
Just a baked potato. That's what we had for dinner today. Have you ever just had a baked potato for dinner? And I'm not
No
talking
meat,
about
no.
like, so some of you are going, well,
Well,
yeah, it sounds, let me finish. Sometimes you think, oh, well, it must be like massively stuffed with a lot of fun things. Nope, just cheese, which I got the last bit of cheese. Thank God I got here in time.
There was a whole brick right next to you. You
It's
could've
fine.
shaved it.
And then some sour cream and a little bit of
Is that
now,
what you fed your whole family? Just a
That's
potato?
a potato, but I will say it was fucking great. I ate the skin. I don't know what she does with the skin, but I was like, good goddamn. I'm gonna come here and just lick potato skins at your house. It is so good.
Do
But
you
no-
butter and salt it?
Olive oil, salt, and pepper.
And it will make a world of your whole life will change.
You salt.
I've never done the pepper. I butter them and I grease them and I salt them, but I've never done the pepper.
Yeah, put a little pepper on.
It's a full carb meal. I'm not saying that I'm leaving here hungry. I'm not saying that because it was a pretty decent sized potato, but that's it. And I was like, do you often do just a potato? And the response was, yeah,
Well,
you don't?
Most of the time we have bacon. I
That's
forgot
it.
to pick up bacon at the store. So usually it's bacon, cheese, sour cream, some scallions. And that's what we'll eat for dinner.
I just love how she's like, well, usually I have bacon. So
not when
that
you're
changes
here.
things. No, it's just another topping.
I just totally forgot that we're doing a podcast.
Yeah.
Do we need to get back?
No, this is how it works for us all the time. It's really honestly.
I zoned out for a
podcast.
second and I was like, we're just having a conversation. We're
That's
just
it.
having a Zoom call.
That's all it is.
Call.
Our podcast is more, it's really more for us and hopefully it makes a few people laugh. That's really what it is. It's definitely, we have said 1,000 times, and I know you're just getting into our podcast. Like, it's our show. We're here for us. If you don't like it, it's cool. We're okay. We're going to still
How
do
many
this as long as
many
people show.
viewers are y'all up to now? Last I heard it was like 26.
Oh, so you're real early in the game. Oh,
No, I'm on season 2. Like the last one I heard was Mike and Bob were on and they were joking about the 26 number. What one?
yeah.
Which one was that? That was what were y'all talking about? Pet peeves.
Michael is actually here laughing his ass off right now. He's
Pet
like, oh, I
peeves.
remember that one.
We have over 85.
Or no, not pet peeves, bad habits. That's what it was.
oh,
bad
yeah.
habits.
Yeah.
We actually have like 8,500 downloads.
More than that now, but yes.
Well, that was after the last episode. Yeah. So
Kelly, I feel like you should have pulled me into the Fight Club one. Like, I feel like there were more stories you could have told. Like,
I definitely feel like what we should do is we definitely should have you on and just do an all out old school Kelly podcast where you can regale. Yes, because you know what? I will just make sure our mom is ready at the listen. And
my mom's dead, so it doesn't matter. Like she's, you know,
I did not have to yell at, laugh at that. What the fuck is this? Sorry.
and my father is
Horrible
just like,
reaction.
yeah, I know. She ain't right in the head. She's not right in the head.
and my mom's dead.
Listen, you went hard with that one, and
Tracy, I go hard with a lot of shit, Tracy. I go hard with a lot of shit.
My friend was like, redirect. What the fuck are you doing, you horrible
No.
person?
She died a long time ago, so it's okay. It's not like she just died yesterday. It's been a really long time. So
R.I.P. Nancy, you were great. You were great.
Right?
That's right. One for me, one for my home.
So the funny thing about me and Kelly is that we went to preschool together and then we went to separate elementary schools and then we came back together in kind of middle school, but we had different sets of friends, but we always kind of like got along. And then in high school, we got along. We had like different friends and stuff, but we always were like, would come back to each other sort of somehow. And even like after high school with guys we dated, they were friends and we would come back to each other. It was like a weird, like, we were never like best friends. Like we were together all the time, like her and Carly were, but it was like this weird, we would come back to each other thing.
Well, I bet you guys never switched up boyfriends.
No.
So I'd say you probably were better friends than her and Carly.
When did y'all switch up boyfriends?
You knew this.
Who?
And Roscoe,
Mm-hmm.
something or other.
It just switched.
Roscoe. God, I forgot
Roscoe
about that guy.
Pico Train.
Roscoe Pico Train.
Yeah,
Oh, there's the Matha boys, right?
Yeah,
Mhm,
yeah.
mhm.
They don't really count. I mean, does that really count?
Clearly it didn't count because they were like, I'm done with this one. Yeah, I'm done with this one. Let's just switch. Let's just switch. And I was like, you did what?
It's pretty much what happened.
That's exactly like, and actually,
Yeah.
all
Well,
three
I
of them
didn't date a
agreed.
whole lot of guys in high school. I don't know. I was kind of quiet. I say I was kind of quiet. I don't know that I was quiet, but I was kind of like, I just didn't shy around boys.
Oh, you were not.
Uh,
No, don't even play. Don't even fucking play. Nope.
Ditto. I mean, like a boyfriend though, or something. I guess I don't know.
This is a real.
So I knew Kelly well enough to know not to mess with any guy that she dated because
Unless your name is Carly.
amen.
and
Hallelujah.
You're dating the guy she now wants to date. And then she'd be grateful to just take off because you were with Roscoe first.
And she was a Greg.
Which didn't make any sense. So it
Mhm.
actually made sense the reverse. So when she ended up with Greg, I was like, all right, that makes
Well,
more
what's
sense.
funny is
Neither of them were really worth
they weren't.
Neither one
No.
were.
No,
Neither
not.
one were.
No. And actually, to be perfectly honest with you, what's funny is that Michael, my husband, dated, what was her
dated Roscoe.
name? Michael.
First with Michael, then he went to Kelly, then Carly.
You do remember her name.
Michael is not going to go down that road with you.
So Michael actually dated a girl that dated Greg Katz.
World is small.
Yeah.
The world is small.
Well before I knew him. It was like in high school or something.
Yeah, that whole group of DeMatha guys, I wasn't really feeling them. I don't know. Wasn't Jill dating one of them too? I don't know. They were kind of, I don't know.
I don't know if they lasted very long. It wasn't past freshman year.
It just
We
was
were done
weird.
after
I
freshman year.
used to always be in a room because the guys were always in our room and my mom forced me to be in there. And I just remember being like, why is this happening? What?
Boys were allowed in your all's room?
No.
Only if I was there because the
Your mother let boys up in your
Yeah.
room?
In our room?
Mhm.
That didn't happen.
It did. It was you, Carly. Yes, it 1,000%.
No, boys were not allowed in my room upstairs. No, no, no.
Four of
Oh
us were
God,
up there,
Nancy would
and I
have
had
flipped
to be up
out
there.
if there were boys up there.
Also, to be clear that my house is 1,300 square feet.
Right. You ain't getting away with shit.
Now, if you cough, you can hear it outside.
So like doors open, younger sister has to be there. And I'm like, this is so obnoxious. Why are we doing this? And that's what it was like.
I don't remember being able to bring people upstairs to her. I don't even know why we would have. Our room was a shithole.
I don't know. That's what
And
I
you didn't have a door.
And no, that happened late. Actually, parent.
Bravo, Becky. You right, girl. We didn't have a door. We didn't have a door. I'd like to say it for something really risque, but it's just because we didn't clean that shit. We didn't clean that shit.
And you were slamming it.
And we
You were
did.
slamming it.
Parents, if this is a parenting tip 101. If your kid slams the door, take it off the hinges. There's no door to slam.
That's right. That's right.
I had first we actually lost the handle because we would lock the door.
Oh, you're right.
So we lost the handle. So we only had like a hole, to open.
Don't
the
don't
door.
do this motion on a YouTube video. Don't do that motion. That feels very invasive.
That feels dirty.
It feels like
That's
we're
dirty.
fans.
No, stop doing that. Stop doing
What is
that.
happening?
It's really dirty.
Becky, come on, feels good, Becky. Do it with us, Becky.
For anybody who's listening, we have 2 fingers extended. We go out, we twist, we come back in. That's
They're
what's
kind of
happening right
scooping with 2 fingers. It doesn't
now. Right,
look
check
good.
out the YouTube and you'll be able to see it.
So okay, give me what are we?
Well, I was going to transition.
Transition
Because
okay.
I was thinking the boyfriend conversation was a really good one to transition into. Kelly and I were talking the other day. We were actually on the phone and talking about nowadays. I mean, obviously we're all happily married, but nowadays, what are the kind of guys that even when you don't intend to pull a guy, what are the kind of guys that you're pulling now? So as our guest, Becky, when you come out and somebody doesn't quite catch that you're
With
married.
And it could happen because Dave's kind of a sit back in the background kind of fella. So
He's very quiet. And I have always been the kind of person, I actually worked with this guy, Chris, who used to make fun of me because we would go pick up lunch for the office. This was like back when we were like 21, and we would go to Publix and get subs for, and like random strangers just talk to me. People just talk to me. Like I'll sit down on the plane and like the guy next to me will just start talking to me. Not like trying to hit on me, not like a sexual thing, just I have that face, I guess, that is welcoming. I don't know. My friend Laura told me I need to look meaner and like try to do something to myself. I don't know. So I do inadvertently get yeah. Especially like if I'm at the bar, but it's usually like not any, and actually it's always been not anyone that I never just get like a nice, good guy. Like it's always like a criminal or like a old, old man, redneck man, or like
You're like, kind of thank God I got Dave when I did, because clearly I'm not snatching the fellas now.
And even when I was single, like that's the kind of guys, it was always criminals. I dated every criminal that was out there because I'm a Pisces and I thought I could change them because, you know, that's what we do as water signs. We save the world one man at a time. I saved none of them. I saved none of them.
I attract the guys that like want to give me a foot rub, or you know, like
you're right, you do. You've always done that.
I get
foot rub.
Yeah, yeah, like where I'll be
or buy her random outfits from like, you know, Goodwill.
I remember hearing that one. Yeah. Kelly, I don't remember that story though. I remember when you worked there, but I don't remember you telling me that story ever.
Yeah, she tried to block it out.
I was legit scared for like 2 weeks that I was running because I'm working at Sullivan's, and then I saw him in my pool like a week later, and I was like, Jesus Christ! But thank God he was so drunk that I don't think he recognized me, because I was like, Mom, we gotta go. I don't want to be at the pool right now.
If you worked at Sullivan's, you didn't need your mother to take you home
to the pool. We were at the pool,
right? But you didn't need her to take you home.
Myself, what if the crazy dude followed? It's a buddy system, man.
So y'all, it is funny when we talk about like pulling guys now. So like I got my hair done today, and the girl who's been doing my hair, Laura, I love you, Laura. She's going to be listening in. I told her I had a performance tonight on a podcast. So she's going to be listening. But we were talking about it. So she's been divorced for, I don't know how long now. 5 to 10 years, 5 years maybe. But she's like on these, and she's our age. She just turned 45. She's on some Bumble app, and she's awesome, guys out there listening. If you are in North Carolina, she's amazing and beautiful. But she was just like, oh gosh, these guys out here, it's like slim pickings. It's like it's terrifying. I'm like, I could not even imagine attempting to date now. Like to start over. No, just I would just be single. If someone falls in my lap, okay, but I can't even. The story she tells me, I'm like, no.
So I don't know about what you think Bumble is. I don't think it's just a sex app.
What is there?
No, it's a dating app. It's like a dating app, I think.
That's what she Bumble said. Sound like it's just like we just want to bumble and then move on. Like,
no, it's just one of those dating apps. Like she had gotten off of them and then gotten back on them. But she's like, girl, it is slim. She said it is slim pickings. And I looked at her prospects.
I can't do a dating app. I can't. I'd have to, I don't know.
I wouldn't want to do a dating app. I also would not want to date. I think I've gone the road. I'm very happy where I'm at. But should some reason my lovely husband decide he wants to go, I think I've had a good run.
That's how I kind of feel too. So I have another Laura, not my hairdresser Laura, but my other Laura, who's like my bestie that lives down in Florida. Her husband died at 38, just unexpectedly. And we always said, like, something happens to Dave, we're just moving in together. We're not gonna be lesbians or anything.
Right. Yeah.
We can have our boyfriend move in together, and we're gonna handle the kids because she has a son. I got 2 daughters. We're gonna take care of business. Right. And have our things on the side.
That's what I'm saying. Catch a little strange here and there. That's all you need.
Yeah.
There's no remarrying. There's no.
I don't think there's re-dating. I just don't want to commit any more of my time to someone else.
No, I don't know if that
I'm
would
good.
be- yeah.
And I'm actually good all throughout my old age without
You
somebody.
know, well, my grandmother, when did he die? He was like 50 when he
That's
died.
what I'm saying. I think
And
that's what
she
it's
died
in our
like
blood.
25 or 30 years later,
Right.
and she never had a man after that.
Right.
So
It's in our DNA. We're just
Yeah.
done.
But I
we've
also
done
think
the
that
guy.
women don't automatically remarry or redate. Men usually do, though, from what I've seen.
And I'm
That's just
for
my
it. I just am not.
psychological theory on that. I don't know that I have a lot to back it, just other than, what I've
Well,
seen. But
I will say, as far as guys that I can tell, I can pull, they're typically overweight rednecks now. Or I will tell you, I have a very specific type for I can pull black guys with dreadlocks. And if you don't
They
have
have to have
dreadlocks, for
dreadlocks?
some reason, something about me is not for you. But if you have dreadlocks, I do something for you.
they have
I
to
don't
have
know
dreadlocks?
why.
That's
Oh,
weird.
it is. That's it. It seems to be it. And I will say this: if you are like chiseled,
if you're Channing
if you were
Tatum,
legit like eye candy, I am not
I'm
your
a
girl.
repellent.
I
to
am
that.
right. I literally am like, ew, you are like you're literally walking in the door, taking a look, and then turning around and walking away.
Yeah.
Unless,
Hot guys have
and
never
I'm
liked
not
me
saying
either.
that the guys with dreadlocks couldn't look good. I'm just saying I pull a specific type. Overweight rednecks or black guys with dreadlocks. That's what I seem to pull. Those are my guys.
I get very old men, dirty old men. I get a lot of dirty old men.
We're screwed if our husbands die. We're
Yeah.
screwed.
I get too much RBF.
The problem is the dirty old men, they're not rich. So
No.
that doesn't help me.
So you got dirty, broke ass old
I
men.
got dirty broke ass. I do have the very confident redneckish like barfly. I would say it would be like that. If you can picture that, the redneck barfly,
Yeah.
that's my thing.
Now, here's also what I will tell you is that I would, maybe it's the law of attraction, because I will say I dig overweight rednecks. And I also really like black guys with dreadlocks. Like, I will say that's kind of so maybe what I do.
Are you telling me that my attraction to
I think what it is,
You're making eye
deep
contact, Trace.
inside-
You're making eye contact.
somewhere
That's
deep
what it is.
inside, you are putting all of this Instagram. What do you call it?
I'm
Instagram induced.
Tracy, you're putting out what you're wanting to put in, is what
that's
it is.
I think maybe what it is. It's like, I mean, I did not marry.
You're attracted to them too.
Right. I will say what's funny is when I married my husband, he was very like, I don't know, he was a sports guy. He was sort of like a slight bit of hip hop, which I kind of liked. Then he started going to this country. He's full blown redneck, which is kind of opposite, but that's okay. And it works for me because I'm like, to me, I've always liked a guy that is like, can kind of pick me up, putting me over his shoulder, and then also will be willing to take out the trash. Like, that does it for me. So that's why I think I maybe like rednecks are like, they smell some pheromones or some shit.
Some pheromones.
What it is. That's right.
Yeah, Dave was not my type. Dave was not my type at all.
I don't want to do
But I'm glad that he wasn't my type, because I don't think I needed my type.
right.
I don't think Michael is not my now if you talk types, because that's different. Because type versus what you attract, that's different. Michael was not my type. I like, I dated the tall, lanky fellas.
Ew.
I like the tall.
That's it. Have a bottle of champagne and a glass of box wine. No, I was not. I need
bring
meat.
the wine next time.
I need meat. Sorry, my lanky fellas out there. There's much love, but I need meat.
I like my tall, lanky fellas, but Michael is not the tall, lanky fella.
What would you describe Michael as?
And he has a hairy chest. I will tell you, so when we first started dating, he does. He has a very hairy chest, very hairy, and a back that's like very hairy.
He's not happy right now.
It's very hairy. Hair.
I always liked a little thug around the edges.
Right.
Was great with the darker complexion. I was okay with that. Was okay with all of it. prison time. I'm okay with that. You
I'm
don't have a
okay with
job.
prison
I'm okay
time
with
too,
that.
girl. High five on
And
that.
then
I
Dave came
actually-
along and he's like, but we were friends for a couple years before we started dating. And I just fell in love with him as a friend and then realized that he was actually my soulmate, but he reminds me of my father. He and my
I married
father
my
are
dad,
like
too.
twins. Like there's stupid dad jokes. There's stupid things that they do. They act exactly alike.
I married my mom.
I think that my type or what I was attracted to wasn't really working for me, and Kelly can account to that. On
Yeah,
one or two occasions.
Twice, three. Yeah.
What I initially was attracted to was also not working for me. And I definitely ended up with my dad. Like I'm 1,000% every time Bob talks and says things, I'm like,
Yes.
oh my God, I'm in the car with my father.
Yeah.
I
Dave
just
is my
get it
father.
out of my
The
mind when the
stupid
boom boom
Polak.
movie
Well, they're
comes.
both Polacks.
Nothing
And they get
worse
along. They're
when
like
your
best
dad's image
friends. They
comes in
do
your
stuff
head when you're
together all the time.
Well, Michael started growing a beard and I hate facial hair. And it's like kissing my dad all the time.
I love it.
Yeah.
But Michael has a very good beard.
Oh, his beard is
Like
substantial.
he has a beard that men go to sleep at night and think,
I hope
man, I wish
wake
I
up.
have that.
I would love to wake.
Has it been since COVID?
Yeah. So, well,
That's
no.
when Dave grew his out because he didn't have it before because he felt like working in finance that he had to be more clean cut. And then COVID hit and he was working from home and he now has a real shaped up beard and I love it.
I need to see it. I need to see it.
Because he has a very baby face and
so
so it gives him a little more.
Yeah.
I like the gruff look, but
Gives him
not
that jail look. Is it?
Yeah. I just need to like put some fake tattoos on him. No.
yeah.
And put him in a wife beater, some tan shorts, and some Timbs, and I'll be like content. Yeah, boy.
And then you put on your bamboo earrings.
I have
Yep,
a
my
feeling
baby earrings.
we know what Becky's weekend.
Speaking of
plans
which,
are.
can we bring up the time? Because Holly's going to listen to this at some point.
All right. Okay. What are we bringing up? Oh God.
I don't know if you know this story, Kelly. I love to make fun of Holly for this. We were at Seven Springs on the ski trip, and Chris, her brother,
Yep.
was probably a senior at the time, and so we were like freshmen or juniors or something. We're at Seven Springs, and we're standing in the hallway, and there's like people sort of in the hallway. Doors open, so we're standing in the doorway, and we look down all the way to the end of the hallway, and she goes, "Damn, who is that?" And I go, I peep out the door and I look and I go, your brother? Like, it was Chris and he was standing, he had his back to us, but he was leaned against the doorway and he had on a wife beater, the tan cargo shorts and Timbs.
Yeah,
and she was like, damn. I go, that's your fucking brother, Holly. Like,
Shoot
she
me
was like,
in the face.
shut up. Don't tell
Shoot
anyone I said
me
that.
in the fucking face.
Now,
Okay, so
Now,
Holly, if you
much
hear
love
this,
for you, girl.
I'm blaming it
I
on
get
the vodka. I'm blaming it on the vodka, Holly. I'm sorry.
Okay,
I thought
so
Kelly
I
knew that story.
it was my sister-in-law was getting married. Michael's sister was getting married.
Mhm.
Michael and my soon-to-be brother-in-law both have bald heads, and they're both about the same size, the same height. It was their rehearsal dinner.
I don't like where this is starting.
And I start to walk up and I'm literally thinking it's Michael because his back is to me.
You're
And
about to pinch his ass.
I was inches, inches away from grabbing his ass. Inches. And I don't know I can't remember exactly what happened, but either Michael came around the corner or somebody called me or something. And I'm like, that's not you. Sorry. So I get it. It's okay, Holly. I get it.
Holly, I've never had this episode ever. I'm really sorry I can't join in the fun. I think if I ever found my brother attractive, I would throw up.
His back was to us. And
His
granted,
back-
he wasn't, he had a nice shape to him. Like, I don't know how to say
I don't think
I don't
Holly
want to say
would
he
agree
was
with
cute.
you
Like,
right
I
now.
never thought of him as like that, but like
That's because
I could see where she would be confused, maybe. I don't know.
Well, props to Holly's brother. Cause if you can turn all girls' heads, even your own sister, you're doing something right. Wait, is we're here all week.
Becky, it's been awesome.
It has been awesome. Are we gonna edit
good.
this down? I feel like we've been talking for like 6 hours.
Yeah. I don't even know what time it is. But the internal clock is going off that we've hit
Well, I just heard people walk in my house and I'm like, there's a lot of people that just came in, so I know what time that means it might be.
Yeah. So
we're low budget, so it's fine if they make noise, because clearly we're in Kelly's house and nobody seems to give a shit that we are recording a podcast.
nor the dog.
Yeah, there's somebody literally listening to some other shit behind us.
I know, Charlie.
Yeah. Anyway,
so please come back again.
yes,
This
I
is
think
fun.
an all out Kelly back in the day reminisce would be really fun.
I'm
for-
down.
We can get Elizabeth.
Oh, we should do this. We should, and you know what? It will be kind of like Q&A, so I can ask some questions, because there are some hidden things that I think I don't know that I feel like you all could,
I might know a lot. I might not know all of it.
It's
Because
fine.
like I said, we weren't like best friends, but we were always just in with each. I don't know how to explain it. It's like we were always just like, no matter what, we always kind of were in cahoots with each other. But it wasn't like we were spending every single day together. It wasn't like that. But it was like we always came back to each other.
There was
And we're in
always,
cahoots.
and when we were
It was like a nice ebb and flow.
Right. We
Ebb
call
and
that a
flow.
ride.
Bong Donkey and
We call
Smoke
that
Dog.
a ride or die.
right.
That's
I
what we do.
right. Like I would, it's just like Becky's there. All right, cool.
Right.
Like,
You don't need much. You don't require much. You just gonna
Exactly.
be. That's it.
Exactly.
Becky, cheers. We're gonna
Cheers.
We're gonna close this out. You
As
know how
we
to-
always do. And
Love
you.
you.
Good for you.
well, do you make it to the end? Huh?
Do you make it to the end of our podcast? Do you know what comes at the end?
Yes. Don't be
Okay,
a dick.
Yes. Yes.
Too soon.
Let
too
me
soon.
say it.
Wait. I'll give it. We're gonna give you the whole moment is yours.
This is
I'll
you.
count
Okay.
again. Ready?
Ready? She's gonna
All right,
count
so
to
thank
Ready?
you guys very much for coming in. Thank you guys for watching on YouTube. Bring friends with you next time. We're a good time. Here we go. We're gonna close this out as we normally do. 1, 2, 3, Becky.
Don't be a fucking Richard.
I love it. All right, thank you so much. Appreciate y'all. Well done.